Today's story is about a strong, independent woman who wanted to go abroad from the very start. She knew her goal, researched about it, and did everything by herself. She was fearless and she did it. Hi Rika, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Actually,
You
I've
too.
known you since you were a baby, but after that, I lost track of you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're here, of course, to you to tell stories, your experiences, your struggles, your challenges, so our audience can learn from you. I know you have lots of those.
All right. So first of all, I am Rika Rubas. I'm 28 years old from Romblon, Philippines. This is my sixth year in the U.S. and I came here probably around August 2016. So before I used to be the very quiet person, but when I started teaching, then everything changes. So first, if
Wow.
you're a teacher, you have to be more not really talkative, but you have to learn how to communicate with people.
Yeah,
Um,
that's really
yep.
nice. Yeah, so you've been there 6 years, you said?
Actually, this would be the start of my sixth year here. So, yep.
Okay. So how did you apply abroad?
I applied. I started from scratch. So nobody helped me.
Mhm.
So I did all the research by myself. So I went to this website, which is the jobstreet.com,
Mhm.
and then I had to do everything like knowing the requirements, which is before they told me that the minimum requirements in order for you to go abroad or to work abroad would be at least 3 years of teaching experience. So with that being said, so I really took the time to gain more teaching experience as much as I can.
Mhm.
Also learn also probably different teaching techniques so that I can be more knowledgeable about my chosen field. And then I also took IELTS um, as part of the requirements. And then after
Okay.
3 years, then that's the time that I applied for a job here.
Mhm.
And then to be honest, also before my plan was only to get a job outside the Philippines, but I'm so happy that God gave me the job in the U.S. in just a matter of a short period of time. And then yeah, and then that's what
So
I
you mean so sorry. So you mean ever since you were planning to go abroad?
yeah, that's my initial plan. It's because I really want to I really want to learn more how to grow as a SPED teacher.
Okay.
So yep.
So you mentioned you're a SPED teacher. So
Yes.
ever since your first year of teaching, you were a SPED teacher?
Yes. Yep. I started teaching actually, just a trivia. I started teaching at the age of 19 years old, which is, I know
Wow.
a lot of people would say that it's very young, yeah, but
Yeah.
yes. Yep. I graduated at the age of 19, and then 4 years before my college graduation, then I was already employed, which is I'm so happy, and then that's where everything started. Yep.
Yeah. You're very lucky. I know you're very intelligent, that's why. Congratulations. So what was your main reason why you wanted to go abroad?
Um, Actually, my main reason why I applied for a job here in abroad it's because I want to give back to my auntie, Tita Marisa. She
Mhm.
really helped me a lot, most especially when it comes to financial.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, I really want to give back everything, and I want to help my families back home. My mama Dia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, there.
So that's really nice of you to give back. Did you have any challenges when you were applying?
Of course, yes. My main problem was, of course, the money itself because I really had to pay a huge amount of money just to get here, like of all the documentation and stuff. So what I did, I went to this lending agency. So I had to borrow money from them. But before they can give me the money, I had to do a lot of things. Like, of course, I have to prove to them that I have this job here in the US.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a lot of credential evaluation and stuff. So it took me, I think, almost 6 months just to get everything settled.
So how was the process? I mean, you secured a job first, and then
Yes.
they accepted you.
Yeah,
How was the
actually, I
application?
did a lot of job interviews, like I think more than 4 interviews, and then
By
um,
phone? Is that by phone? By
four. Yep, I did four already, and
well,
then
I mean by phone, or how was the interview?
by I think by Skype. Yep.
Okay.
So my agency in the Philippines, they gave me this link, and then that's where it all started. And then I get to choose what school that I mean the school that I really want to work with.
Mhm.
And then of course I have to consider a lot of things like the place itself and the students. And yep.
So the
And then
place that you chose, there was nobody that you knew there.
yes, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Actually,
You're a
it's
very brave woman.
yeah, but I actually it's my aside from it was my first time to travel by myself and
Yeah,
travel
yeah,
outside the Philippines. Yep. I'm so happy that I was able to survive everything. I have no relatives there.
yeah.
Um yep, everything. I'm so it's like I'm a stranger in that place, but
Mhm.
I'm just happy that I survived everything. So there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So did you say it took only 6 months for everything to be done, like
Yeah, it took me
application?
yep 6 months just to get everything done with all the the visa,
Yeah.
um, yep the job interview and yep of course everything.
Wow. Wow. So when you arrived, what happened?
Actually, yep. When first of all I traveled by myself.
Yeah.
So yep. So from Philippines going to the US, I traveled alone, even though it was my
Yeah.
first time. So actually, to be honest, I actually lost when I entered Chicago Airport because it's one of the huge airports in the U.S. Right? But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a long story. And then when I came to the main district in South Dakota, then I get to know three co-Filipino teachers there, even though I'm not familiar with them. So we became friends, so on and so forth. And
Mhm.
then, yep, I actually stayed there for 2 years. And then after 2 years, I moved to a different school district because, yeah, it's a kind of personal, but at least
Yeah.
I'm happy with the school that I'm working with right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
Yep. And then also, here in this new area, I became totally independent. I learned how to pay my bills, rent rented this house alone, and
Mhm.
yep, I have my car and stuff and everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So where did you live when you first went to the US?
I lived with the other Filipina teachers, so we were only three, and then after a year, then we became probably five because of the husband and the daughter of the other Filipina teacher. So there.
But when you arrived there, you didn't know them, right? So how
Yeah,
did
no. Yep, we're totally strangers from
you?
each other.
Yeah. So where did you live during that time that you
Yeah,
didn't know anybody?
yeah, actually we live in this house like very close to the school,
Mhm.
and it's just a small house for teachers also. Yep.
Oh, it's provided by the school? The shelter?
Yeah, provided by the school at the same time we pay for that.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it's part of your like it's part of the
Yeah.
package. Yeah. So would you say that that was your dream job?
I guess so. Like for me, initially, my main goal before was to get a job outside the Philippines, and then I'm so happy and fortunate that I was able to get a job in the U.S. at the age
Mhm.
of 23. I came here in the
Mhm.
U.S. at the age of 23, and a lot of people would always say, "Oh, you are so young to work here," blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, and I would always say, "Yeah, I'm so happy and lucky that I was able to get a job here." And I would always say that the reason why I'm here is because I want to give back to my auntie. So which is
Mhm, mhm.
that's my main purpose.
Yeah. So aside from, did you have any other challenges aside from
Oh yes, a lot.
adjusting?
Like of course, aside from money, but I'm okay with that. The second would be, of course, learning their culture. Of course,
Yeah, yeah.
my culture in the Philippines is way different the culture here.
Mhm, mhm.
At the same time, aside from the English culture, I get to learn their other language, which is the Lakota. Lakota is a Native American language. So as part of the South Dakota teaching requirements, I had to take the Native American Studies way back, I guess, 2017. So
Mhm.
I'm able to learn some of the Lakota terms, which is really a good thing for me because somehow I can speak some of their words, but I'm not really fluent.
Is that very different from English?
Yes, it's a different from English. Like when you say ihani wash day means good morning. Ihani
Oh,
wash day.
it's like a dialect for them.
Yeah, it's like a dialect for them. And my students in my first district, most of them or majority of them are Native Americans.
Mhm.
Yep, they have a different culture. They have a lot of rituals like before we can start the first class, then we have to do what the smudging. Smudging is
Yeah, yeah,
about,
yeah.
yep, you know, smudging like
Yeah.
they have to make the circle first, greet other people, something like that.
Yeah,
Which
we
is
have also something like that here for the natives.
yeah, yeah.
So, in your 5 years in abroad
Mhm.
there, would you say that you have achieved your greatest goal, or you still have something to achieve?
For me, I can say that somehow I'm already satisfied with everything that I achieved. It's because, of course, I was able to finish paying my auntie, which is that's my main goal, and then at the same time, I get to help my families back home, my mom,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything, all her needs and stuff. At the same time, I get to places, I travel to different places,
Yeah, yeah. I've seen
using
you
my
in
own money.
Facebook.
I've been to different places already. Aside
Yeah,
from US, I've been to Canada
yeah.
twice. I visited my relatives there, Ontario, Canada, Calgary, and then here in the US, I've been to different states already, which is I'm so happy. Yep.
Yeah, I think you should get married already.
Not yet. Anyway, what's this? Um, Even though I'm already satisfied with everything, like I'm very totally independent and
Yeah.
stuff, somehow I still want to pursue my master's degree, and
Oh,
yep,
mhm.
it's part of my dream.
I think you mentioned to me that you're studying in the Philippines for that, right?
Yeah, actually, that's one of my probably plans. One of my plans, like after probably once, I mean, we have this 2 year residency rule as part of my visa, which
Uh-huh.
is I have whether I like it or not, I have to go back home
Okay.
to comply with it because it's part of my visa. So when I get there, then that's the time that I would start pursuing my master's degree for 2 years, which is very timely also because if you want to complete a master's degree, it should be at least 2 years, right? Which is very um, timing because the I have to stay in the Philippines for 2 years, which is very connected.
So, do you have any other challenges there?
Another thing would be, of course, you have to be. So the first would be money, and second would be what's this? Learning different culture. The third would be probably I would say learn how to be more flexible.
Mhm.
Like in many ways. Like for example, since I'm Asian and my co-teachers are Americans,
Yeah.
so of course when I started teaching here, I learned a lot of things. I learned how to be more um, courageous. At the
Yeah.
same time, learn how to stand up for myself because there were a lot of times that I have to prove myself here. Like it's a long story, but just to cut it short, it's more of you have if you want to go abroad, you have to be strong,
Yeah.
independent, at the same time willing to learn different things. So
Especially because you're alone there.
yes, yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm really amazed. We've just been chatting, but I didn't know that you're that courageous now that we're talking. Ang galing. So, do you have like, would you say that you are happy now? You're happy there?
Yes, of course. I'm totally happy at the age of 28. Like, yeah, since I'm done with my personal mission, something like that, I am able to travel to different
Mhm,
places, and
mhm.
I'm able to be a good provider for my families back home. Learn to, yep, at the same time, learn how to be more independent here. I can say that I'm already satisfied and happy with everything. So, but of course, even though I'm so happy about everything, I still want to pursue my master's degree
Yeah.
because
So after your masteral, are you planning to go back?
yes, yep. So after my master's, after completing my master's degree, I'm planning to go back here. Yep, because my school still wants me to work with them.
Oh,
So yep,
really?
my
Wow.
plan. Yep, and then probably after a few years, or I don't know the exact timeline, but um, probably since I'm done with masters. So if in case, yep, if I still have the time and the budget, then probably I can pursue
Wow.
doctor's degree. So yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so since you are happy, you say you're happy, and I also see that you're really happy. What would you say are the three greatest benefits of being abroad, like in general?
Okay. All right. So with that one, okay. So these are my. I actually wrote three things, and these are the following. So the first one would be, of course, number one, you learn different culture and language, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And the second would be, of course, I would admit, higher pay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep, higher pay. And then the third would be you're able to get to know yourself more. Like personally, in my experience, when I came here in the U.S., since I have no relatives, I don't know everyone. I'm
yeah.
usually a stranger here, so I get to know myself more. Like I get to know what are the things that I can do and the things that I need to improve on. So yep, I'm so
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
with that one.
So would you say that you advise them to go abroad?
Um, I can say it's a yes, but of
Politely.
course it depends. Like I know a lot of people are already satisfied with whatever they have in the
Mhm,
Philippines.
mhm.
So yep, it's really depends on the person.
What's your advice for teachers like you who want to go abroad?
I guess probably if you really want to work abroad, you have to make sure that you're strong enough to um, yeah, to face all the challenges that we would probably overcome. I mean, you would encounter here,
Mhm.
and you really have to be more. Um, yep, you have to be more courageous. We have to be more faithful, and yeah, I think that's it.
So for all those 5 years that you were there, you were not there was no time that you were jobless?
Uh, Fortunately, I'm so happy that yep, I get to have my job here consistently for for the 5 years of staying.
And you
Yep.
got the job that you wanted. There was
Yes.
no
Yep.
there was no entry level job for you. It's the
No,
job that you
I
wanted right
no.
away.
Yep. No. Actually, during my first year of stay here, I was only a K to three special ed teacher, and then after 2 years, I started to become the the K to 12, which is I have all the levels like kindergarten all through
Oh,
12th,
okay.
which is before it was really overwhelming because I used to teach only the lower kids. But when I
Mhm.
started working with all the levels, somehow I know it's very challenging, but somehow I'm able to learn a lot of things, how to deal with high school students and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
which is for me, it's a good thing, and it would be yep, it's a good experience too.
Yeah. But when you were in the Philippines, how old were your students?
Before I used to have the lower kids only. I also have the senior, junior, and high school, but most likely around the old probably around I think 13 years old only. But here I have all the levels from kinder all through 12th grade, which is 18 to 19 years old.
Mhm.
So
So any other messages for our friends out there who plan to go abroad?
I would say if you really want to try going abroad, yep, just give a try because you would never know what you're capable of. At the same time, yep, it's better to try different things, like get to know um, different languages and stuff. So yep,
Mhm.
that's it.
I think I still have one more question here. How do you live simply abroad?
Oh, probably I would say even though I'm here in the States and I still um, do things that I used to do in the Philippines, like cooking my favorite Filipino cuisine.
Mhm.
Like even though I'm here in the States, I still eat the pinangat, which is the
Yeah.
fish.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, those simple things like
Yeah.
the sardines with the rice,
Uh-huh.
the tuyo. So
Yeah.
those simple things, I still do those things. I also do some probably the planting. So I get to plant if I have the time. Also do painting and stuff. So those simple activities. So my favorite would be going to the thrift store. Thrift store here is like the ukay ukay.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, just to save money too. So
Yeah.
there.
Right. We also do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Rika, for those very nice stories, experiences. I'm sure our friends out there, especially the teachers who are planning to go abroad, have learned a lot from you. Um, you're really a very strong, independent woman. I've never realized that because I've seen you when you were a baby, but not when you're a grown up already. So it's only now that we have really talked, like personally, even just in Zoom, because
Mhm.
we've just been chatting all the while. So I'm really proud of you. I'm sure your mom is really proud of you, your sister as well, and all your aunts there, aunts and uncles. There you go. If you're a teacher and you wanted to go abroad, just go for it. Just like Rika, she knew her goals and acted by herself, did research, and before she knew it, she was in the US already. She has been there going 6 years and she's enjoying every minute of it. See you again in the next vlog. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and post your comments below or your questions if you have questions. And we will try to answer your questions. Bye.